In 1994, the CIA recruited a 22-year-old computer science student from MIT. They saw potential, raw talent, someone who could help them win the digital Cold War. His name was Edward Lee Howard, except that's not who this story is about. This is about what happened when they didn't recruit someone, when they said no to the wrong person. His real name was Kevin Poulsen. In the early 90s, he was already a legend in the hacking underground. At 17, he'd broken into military networks just to see if he could. The Pentagon noticed, so did the NSA. And when you're that good, you have two choices: work for them or against them. They offered him a job, standard recruitment, good salary, security clearance, a chance to serve his country. But there was a problem. During the background check, they found something, a juvenile record, minor stuff, the kind of thing that shouldn't matter. But it did. They rescinded the offer, told him he wasn't suitable for government work, sent him back to civilian life, with all that talent and nowhere legitimate to use it. So he used it anyway. Within 6 months, he'd hacked into the FBI's own surveillance systems, not to steal secrets or sell information, to prove a point, to show them what they'd rejected. He intercepted FBI wiretaps, monitored federal investigations, listened to the people who'd said he wasn't good enough. And then he got creative. In 1995, he rigged a radio station contest. KISFM in Los Angeles was giving away a Porsche to the 100-second caller. Poulsen wrote a program that seized every phone line coming into the station the moment the contest began. When the DJ said caller 102, it was Poulsen. It was always Poulsen. The FBI didn't think it was funny. They launched a manhunt, not for a terrorist or a spy, for a hacker who'd won a car. But what made them really nervous was what else he'd accessed. He had FBI wiretap recordings. He had details on active investigations. He knew things that could embarrass people, important people. For 2.5 years, he stayed ahead of them, living underground, changing identities, using the same surveillance techniques they'd taught entire generations of agents. Because here's the thing they hadn't considered. When you reject someone who wanted to work for you, you create someone who knows exactly how you think. When they finally caught him in 1991, he'd been in and out of federal databases for years. The prosecutor called him the Hannibal Lecter of computer crime. He got 5 years, the longest sentence ever given for hacking at that time. But here's where it gets interesting. In prison, he taught himself journalism. When he got out in 1996, he couldn't touch a computer for 3 years as part of his parole. So he became an investigative reporter for Wired magazine, covering cybersecurity, writing about the exact systems he used to exploit. And he was brilliant at it. He exposed online child predators. He helped identify corrupt cops. He used his skills, the same ones the government said disqualified him, to do more good than he ever could have inside the system. In 2006, he joined Wired's security lab. Today, he's the editor-in-chief of the Daily Dot, one of the most respected voices in cybersecurity journalism. The CIA rejected him because of his past. They created their most persistent adversary, and then he became exactly what they needed, just outside their control. The question that keeps intelligence agencies up at night isn't who's working against us, it's who did we turn away? Because the difference between a supercriminal and a national asset isn't always talent or morality. Sometimes it's just whether someone said yes to a background check. And the person you reject today might be listening to you tomorrow.